All right, so Sherpa Dave is going outside once more. This time I'm flying to Mallorca, which for the Americans is in the middle of the Mediterranean. And I have a 3-day ride planned, totaling 423 kilometers and 7,500 meters of climbing, almost 7,600 meters of climbing. There is an optional day one extension that that takes you down to Sacalobra and back up again, which turns the ride into a 3-day ride up Everest. So I won't be doing that. I've already Everested once. I don't think I want to do it again quite so soon. Anyway, 423 kilometers over 3 days, 7,600 meters of climbing is a lot. I've never done anything like that before. I've done, what have I done? 220 kilometers in one day. That's the most I've done. I have Everested, so I've done more meters than that in a day, but I think stretching this over a 3-day event is really going to hurt a lot. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's take a look. So the 3 days, day one is Port Adriano to Palença, actually Port de Palença. It is the obvious Queen stage. It's 154 kilometers with almost 4,000 meters of vertical ascent. So that is a big day in the saddle. If I survive that, based on current form, that's actually in question. On day two, I get to do Port de Palença to Sacoma via Formentor, the going trip to see the lighthouse in Formentor. That should be really beautiful. I've done that once before, so I'm looking forward to that. It's 114 kilometers, 2,100 meters of vertical ascent on that one. So an easier day, and most of the hills are out by the time you get back from Formentor. So there is that. Day three is Sacoma to Port Adriano, and that is a mere 155 kilometers with 1,420 meters of vertical ascent. So compared to the other 2 days, this really is just a gentle ride through the center of, or the south, I guess, of Mallorca. All right, let's take a look at the ride itself. All right, so day one, start in Santa Ponsa, just outside Santa Ponsa, where my parents live, and then we head over to Andratx, or Porto de Andratx, I think it is, which represents the westernmost, I should say, point on the island before weaving our way back and heading along the northern coast. From here we snake along the northern coast. That's just a beautiful picture of the roads in Mallorca, just to prove to everybody that perfect roads do exist. We weave along the coast, head back up into the mountains before we take on the biggest climb of the day, which is Puig Mayor. Probably botched that. Here we go, up it goes. There we go. We go through this tunnel at some point, and then down into Andratx. Now, when I did the Mallorca 312, the 220 version of that, I actually got lost in the dark between Palença and Port de Palença, and that was pretty awful. Hopefully that won't happen. But anyway, there we go. My estimate is 10 hours for the first day, quick sleep, and then we hop up to the lighthouse. Absolutely stunning view of the lighthouse. I probably won't get a picture like that, but I have a picture like that on my desktop right now. Alright, quick ice cream at the lighthouse if it's open. Back to Palença, or Port de Palença, along the coast, and then out to the southeastern tip of the island. Now, my parents live in Mallorca, They live the other side where we're starting this ride. So I have no familiarity with this area at all, but it does look beautiful. Quick hop back and spend the night. And then day 3. Starting San Moro. Off we go. You can see from the gradient picture on the top there, this looks pretty easy in comparison, but on the other hand, my legs are going to be killing me. I've never done 3 long days before, but there we are. Through the farmland, off to the coast. That represents the southernmost tip of the island. Back across. Now we're basically heading in a westward direction. Past Llucmajor, somewhere where my sister lived for quite a while before she moved over to the west of the island as well. We're gonna skirt the northern edge of Palma, which is the capital of the island. And down we go to Santa Ponsa, which is where it all finishes again. So there we go. 3 days, 3 long days in the saddle for me, 423 kilometers, starting on the 1st of October, then the 2nd and the 3rd. And it's my mum's birthday on the 1st of October. So hopefully I will see her that night and not have just passed out. So there we go. Right on, everybody.